Hi there. Growing in wisdom, getting wiser. That's what we're doing. Just a few minutes every day, attending to our soul and our spirit and our interior being, to our mind, capturing our attention and focusing it upon God's instructions that He's given to us in His books of wisdom, the 5 books of wisdom. He wants us to be wise. He wouldn't talk so much about wise things were He not wanting us to wise up in the Word of God and become wise people in the earth. That's part of what we need to be, what we need to become. We need to get wiser so that we can live wiser and make better decisions and live stronger and become all that we would want to be. Today we're looking at Psalm 32. Psalm 32 is a maskil. That means it provides us with instruction and insight into the ways of God. So prepare to be enlightened. It contains 3 Selahs. Selah. That's a lot of Selahs. So you can't rush this psalm. Remember, the word Selah means there's more to what's in this message than what readily meets the eye. So it's got a lot of depth to it. And what you see at first is not all that there is to see. It has layers. So you want to peel back the layers. It's meaningful. It's full of meaning. You want to approach these elements prayerfully and contemplatively and allow them to scrutinize your life. Allow the word in. Let the word get into you. Because this psalm, if it does anything at all, it will definitely place you on the divine psychiatrist's couch. It will seek you out in order to set you free from your psychological malaise. In other words, your issues. Some people look at you and they say, you got issues. Well, we've all got issues. So settle in and let God get down to business and set you free. Verse 3, when I kept silent, my bones wasted away, and my groaning all day long. My bones wasted away, and I've been groaning all day long. For day and night your hand was heavy upon me, and my strength was sapped as in the heat of summer. Selah. When I kept silent, I wasted away. David is depressed. He'd slept with Bathsheba. She's now with child, and then he organized for her husband Uriah to be assassinated. And for a while, it looked like David had got away with it. It's like that for people with power, with money, with influence. They do what they want, wash their hands, and move on. But secrets have a way of catching up with you, and they begin to eat away at your soul. Nobody ever gets away with anything. And so you pay counselors and personal trainers to make you feel better, and you find a new circle of friends. But you still need pills to get to sleep, and you're self-medicating. It might be alcohol, or prescription drugs, or pornography, or video games, or maybe an affair. You do whatever you can to silence your conscience. Sin and guilt are not the only contributors to mental torment, but they contribute more than most dare to admit. And those of us who are particularly hypersensitive are easily overwhelmed by the slightest failure. But when it gets to the place where we are silenced, when we're afraid to talk, where we feel we have to keep secrets, that's when we're in real trouble. It's time to open up. In verse 8, God says, I will be your counselor. I will instruct you and teach you in the way you should go. You don't really need those motivational speakers. You need God. You don't need Freud. You need God. Counselors have their place, but God himself is offering to be your counselor. Nobody knows you like God knows you. Nobody can fix you like he can fix you. It's time to open up and let God deal with every area that is making you depressed. Let him deal with the state of your mind. Verse 6 in the New King James Version says this, For this cause everyone who is godly will pray to you. When depression gets in, when it gets into your bones, it saps you of energy. You're left feeling helpless and hopeless, and all your responsibilities become burdens. It's all too hard, and you feel unable to cope, and the enemy gets on top of you and tries to shut you down and keep you silent. That's because the devil is afraid of what God will do with you if you ever recognize that God hasn't finished with you yet. For this cause, in other words, you've got a reason. You've got a purpose. Don't think your life is over. Don't believe the lie that everything is meaningless. Just because you failed in the past and made mistakes and your conscience is sensitive and you have to shut it down and put those memories into a corner of your mind, don't think it's all over. Don't believe the lie that you're worthless, because God's got a plan and you've got a purpose. And that's the message of Psalm 32 for you today. So, Selah. Let God talk to you and counsel you and get you through and bring you out the other side so that your life can fulfill the destiny that God has planned for you. God bless you. Have a wonderful day. We'll see you again tomorrow.